Chapter 1, Part A of Greener Than You Think. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Greener Than You Think by Ward Moore. Neither the vegetation nor the people in this book are entirely fictitious. But, reader, no person pictured here is you. With one exception. You, sir, miss, or madam, whatever your country or station, are Albert Wiener, as I am Albert Wiener. Chapter 1. Albert Wiener begins. I always knew I should write a book, something to help tired minds lay aside the cares of the day. But I always say you never can tell what's around the corner till you turn it, and everyone has become so accustomed to fantastic occurrences in the last 21 years that the inspiring and relaxing novel I used to dream about would be today as unreal as Atlantis. Instead, I find I must write of the things which have happened to me in that time. It all began with the word itself. Grass. Gramina. The family, Graminia. Grasses. Oh, I responded doubtfully. The picture in my mind was only of a vague area in parks, edged with benches for the idle. Anyway, I was far too resentful to pay strict attention. I had set out in good faith, not for the first time in my career as a salesman, to answer an ad offering $50 or more daily to top producers, naturally expecting the searching once-over of an alert sales manager back to the light behind a shiny top desk. When you've handled as many products as I had, an ad like that has the right sound. But the world is full of crackpots, and some of the most pernicious are those who hoodwink unsuspecting canvassers into anticipating a sizzling deal where there is actually only a warm hope. No genuinely high-class proposition ever came from a layout without aggressiveness enough to put on some kind of front, working out of an office, for instance, not an outdated, run-down apartment in the wrong part of Hollywood. It's only a temporary drawback, Wiener, which restricts the metamorphizer's efficacy to grasses. The wheeling syllables, coming in a deep voice from the middle-aged woman, emphasized the absurdity of the whole business. The snuffy apartment, the unhomelike living room, dust and books its only furniture, the unbelievable kitchen, looking like a pictured warning to housewives, were only guffaws before the final buffoonery of discovering the J.S. Francis who'd inserted that promising ad to be Josephine Spencer Francis. Wrong location, wrong atmosphere, wrong gender. Now, I'm not the sort of man who would restrict women to a place in the nursery. No, indeed, I believe they are in some ways just as capable as I am. If Miss Francis had been one of those well-groomed, efficient ladies who have earned their place in the business world without at the same time sacrificing femininity, I'm sure I would not have suffered such a pang for my lost time and car fare. But well-groomed and feminine were alike inapplicable adjectives. Towering above me, she was at least 5'10", while I am of average height. She strode up and down the kitchen, which apparently was office and laboratory also, waving her arms, speaking too exuberantly, the antithesis of moderation and restraint. She was an aggregate of cylinders, big and small. Her shapeless legs were columns, with large flat-heeled shoes for their bases, supporting the inverted pediment of great hips. Her too short, grease-spotted skirt was a mighty barrel, and on it was placed the tremendous drum of her torso. "A little more work," she rumbled. "A few interesting problems solved, and the metamorphizer will change the basic structure of any plant inoculated with it." Large as she was, her face and head were disproportionately big. Her eyes I can only speak of as enormous. I dare say there are some who would have called them beautiful. In moments of intensity they bored into mine, and held them till I felt quite uncomfortable. "Think of what this discovery means," she urged me. "Think of it, Wiener. Plants will be capable of making use of anything within reach.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?